anyway, so don't worry about, you know, it's fine right now. We can say what we want right now.
Right, so I'm back in the lobby. Yeah, that's correct. And now I just race direct as normal, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're there now?
Yes, Dad.
Right.
Because there's no one to open the shop. I'm only going in for a couple of hours and then I can go back to bed.
There you go, G.
Trip didn't realise that there was no one on the rotor for the morning. He didn't realise that he'd left no one on the rotor. So I spoke to Sarah, and Sarah said to me, "Can you come in?" And I said, "I'll ask Dad to ask Trip." So I said to Trip, "Do you need me to come in for a couple of hours?" And he said, "Yeah."
Did you have you seen the comments, guys? Matt's put up a simply. Yeah. So he ain't coming then, is he? No. Okay.
I think it's best if he just...
How you doing?
It's up to him, innit? You know?
There you go.
AJ won't open.
No, he doesn't. I do opens, does he? He does middle shift, he does office hours.
Are you sure it's stuff again now?
Where's my pad? What's the format for tonight?
First. Dad, I'll screenshot it and send it to you. It'd be easier that way.
Okay. What about the reverse grid order?
Again, I'll send that all to you. Hang on.
Oh man, just fucking kick him out, for fuck's sake. I used to stick up for it so much, man.
Good, that's shit to deal with. So... They need to come in now. Yeah, so Dad here.
But I'm on my way now.
Got it?
What?
Just kill it.
Just kill it. Kill it with a Clio.
You've got to kill them all.
Message, Dad?
You've got to kill them all. There's no other option. You have to kill them all. Simple as that. You have to kill them all.
It's probably really tired because it's winter, so even you'd be able to catch it, G.
Certain creatures are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If wasps get to like a certain size, they're going to become too dangerous. They have to be killed.
I'm working on it, Dan. Hang on.
On your space bit.
They getting there?
No, nothing like it. I think I've got everything I need. If Dan sent me.
That's true. You just realised.
No, he knows where I live. He's dropped me off about 6 times. He knows where I live, Nana.
Huh?
He knows where I live.
Yeah, but has he always done? Because I think he's just realised.
No, he knows where I live.
He might be taking a bit more.
He knows where I live. He knows where I live.
Yeah, but did he always?
I don't know. Probably not. No, he probably didn't know until I told him.
I'm just wondering if he's
Right, you good, Dad, yeah?
I think so, Dan. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go into game chat. If you need anything, send me a message.
He didn't really know me at first, did he? But now he knows me.
I'll muddle through, Dan.
Sure?
Yeah, I'll get it. As long as I'm talking, it'll be alright, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure.
You tell me when we go live, G.
Is he incoming? Just in time. He always leaves it until the last minute. He's running out of excuses, I think. Yes, in.
Good luck, Dad.
Thank you.
Have a good one, Jerry.
Yeah, we'll do. Good luck, guys.
Anything, message me.
Yeah, we'll do.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to Motive Racing here at Brands Hatch this evening for the Renault Clio Cup. My name's Kelly Davis and I will be your commentator for this evening. They've left me all alone tonight, so please bear with me because I've got to do everything myself. So I've got to play race director, I've got to talk about the circuit, we've got to read your comments and try and be a professional with all of it. So best of luck with all that. Get involved, guys. We've already got 21 watching the stream. These Renault Clios are a particularly good series to watch. So please show me your support on the comments to let me know you're there. Hit the like button so you keep Dan and G and Andy all happy because they like all those likes type things. And I will do my very best to keep you abreast of the action and to keep you informed. Hopefully. So here we are, Brands Hatch Indy circuit. A lot of people know this circuit. It's a classic circuit for motorsport fans, especially English motorsport fans. We're on the Indy circuit. It's 1.9 miles, 5 turns, lap record. Scott Mansell, Benetton, 2004, did a 38.0. You're not going to see those kind of times. We're going to be in the 50s, most probably in the 49s by the end of this session, so we're hoping. This session is a 15-minute session. This is basically a warm-up session for these guys. So, as I said, it's a warm-up session. They really just get their bearings and so on and so forth, because we start the first sprint race in reverse order of the championship. We're on board at the moment with our kid, Dan Davis, unorthodox. He's just left me after setting me all up and leaving me with all this to do. Also in there, it's the whole Motive staff team in there really. You've got Andy, who's as you can see here, is on track this evening, and the only G as well. All the team are on here, and a lot of the usual suspects: Motoring Morgan, Emo Guy, Shoulders, Disco Racing Stu, Bod, that guy, Looty McShooty, Laney, and John Boy are all the guys who are in our race for this evening in the Tier 1. I've just come hot foot from the Tier 2, which I did horrendously. I was really bad. I got a bit pushed and shoved and all the rest of it. Couldn't get the car dialed in. Didn't have enough practice, blah blah blah. I've got this really big book of excuses that I've got sat right by my laptop here. I can run through a few more for you. Wheels are on the wrong way round. Wasn't really my track conditions, you know, so on and so forth. You get the kind of idea. Normally I would be joined by Matthew Duffin. Matt is not feeling very well at the moment. He is on the comments at Simplay Motorsport. Get well soon, Matt. I'm missing you already, and we're only 5 minutes in, and I've got all evening to do now as well. So yeah, I'm missing you terribly, but I'll get through it. You know I will. So thank you. I'll just take a sip of my drink a minute. If you got an opportunity last night to see last night's motive racing, the GTEs at, where were we? Oh, yeah, Simona, whatever it was, in California. What a cracking night that was. That was good fun. If you get an opportunity, go back on the motive racing page on YouTube and have a look at that. And that was a good night's racing last night. Great fun. It was raining in California last night. Not raining here at Brands Hatch at the moment, although in real life I believe that it is raining right about now at Brands Hatch, but not here in the virtual world, as who are we on board with at the moment. Let's go to Laney. Lutey McShooty is the man topping the timesheets at the moment on a 50.3. Only a couple of hundredths behind is Laney at the moment. Of course, this is only a practice session and has no bearing on the race whatsoever. We'll be starting race 1 in reverse grid order from the championship, and we'll be doing, after that we're doing a qualifying, and the feature race will be from the qualifying prior to that. So, what can we say about tonight? Is this race? Yeah, sorry, reading the comments. Yeah, last night was proper funny. Thank you, Nikki. Get well soon, Matt, from Jamie Brazier. Yeah, we all wishing Matt to get well as soon as possible. As we look through the comments, Mark Rave, is this race or Q? Oh, this is a practice session. For a minute, so this is just open practice while we guys just get these cars dialed in. These Renaults, if you've ever, those of you who play project cars, these Renault Clios are incredibly tricky to drive. They're very rear end happy. The rear end breaks away really quite easily, as we're watching Disco Racing Stu at the moment, who seems to have it all dialed at the moment. Right, okay. I've got the grid order, G, thank you. I think. Where are you going to put that up for me, G? On now? On where? Dan's sent me. James Laney on pole. Yeah? Is that right? Laney on pole, Fury, Little Leach, who's not here, Shoulders, Bod, Emo Guy, Andy, Unorthodubs, Melted Dazza, Disco Racing Stu, Lutey McShooty, John Boy, Motoring Morgan, and the only G. Does that sound right? That sounds perfect. Okay, we'll run back through that again when the guys are close to lining up for the feature race this evening. Where should we go? What's Lutey McShooty doing? I was gonna go on board with someone. This Indy circuit is an extremely short lap, as you know, as anybody who follows this knows. It's less than a minute. We're still in the 50s. Nobody's made their way into the 49s yet. As we're on board with John Boy now, who comes round. Can he improve on this lap? Not that he needs to. It's just open practice, so that's good, and he does improve. Still in the 50s, only 2 100ths faster than Lutey McShooty. As it gets all a little bit squirrely at the bottom of Paddock Hill Bend. Yeah, so these guys just doing their last of their setups. Look at that. I mean, it is a short lap, but the top 10 covered by half a second. Top 10, I tell a lie, by 3/10. 3/10 covers the top 10 at the moment. So as we're still on board with John Boy, let's change to someone else. Who should we have? Motoring Morgan. He's in 10th, just two tenths off the pace. Puts him in 10th. That's how close that battle is. Clios are always great fun. So we're looking forward to some cracking racing tonight, as usual. So there we go, on board with Motoring Morgan. With a bit of luck, he'll stay on board. See this thing twitching all over the place. Come around, this is the last corner, which is really, really tricky this evening. Really tricky. As he comes down across the line, he's going to start another lap right about now. So pick your braking point on this one. It's unsighted for the apex as you drop downhill. Probably the trickiest corner on the track, as we saw Morgan going a little bit back end, getting away from him, down to the bottom of the hill, underneath the bridge, hit the brakes hard, down a load of gears and hug the apex, come out wide on the exit, take as much as you dare, come across to the right hand side, braking, turn into the apex, pick it up on the left, run out wide if you want to on the right hand side, but not too wide. This is normally flat through most things, but I was struggling to stay flat, although Motoring Morgan was absolutely flat there. Again, almost unsighted apex there on the right hand side. Tuck it into the apex, start accelerating hard and continue another lap, and that is how quickly the laps go round. We will wait to see how much fun we're going to have this evening. We're on board with Emo Guy now, young Ian. As I'm just trying to multitask my buttons here at the minute. Please stay with me. No, we don't want to do that. Just a few minutes left in this practice session. So, as you see, Emo Guy go a little bit wide. Just a few minutes left in this practice session. So, last little adjustments. Get the tyres up to temperature, get a feel for how things feel. Okay, still setting the pace is John Boy on a 50.3. And just to help to matters, my controller's going flat. That's nice, isn't it? So let me just plug my controller in. So now I'm going to have to sit on the floor as well. God, it goes from bad to worse, this, doesn't it? Okay, just looking through some of the comments. Not too many more extra comments, actually. Nicky, Team Prolapse for pole. Who's your man then, Nicky? Who's Prolapse? Who's the Prolapse drivers? You let me know, because I've only been doing this now a fortnight and I can't retain all that information. As we can see, most people in the pits. Looty McShooty. There we go, last few minutes. Laney and who? Maz. So Laney, yeah, of course he is Prolapse driver, there he is. And Melted Dazzler, yeah? Is that right, Nicky? Are they your two people? That's Mace Gamer, of course it is. JR, Sim Racing, Andy for the win. We'll see if that happens. As that's it. That's qualifying over and qualifying open practice over and done with. So fastest man John Boy with a 50.3. Lucy but shooting second, just 1/100th behind. And again, as you look down through the order, top 10 covered by 2/10. That's how how close it's going to be. I apologise now for the chaos that's going to be the sprint race, and I will try my very best to keep up with the action and try and keep you up to date with who's who. But it's going to be fun. So Brands Hatch Indy, first lap out will be a formation lap. They will get themselves into the order. The order being Laney on pole, Fury second, Little Leach who's not here, so Shoulders moves up to fourth, Bod fifth, Emo Guy sixth, Andy seventh, Unorthodox eighth, Melted Dazza ninth, Disco Racing Stew 10th, Looty McShooty 11th, John Boy 12th, and Motor Morgan 13th, and Only G 14th. Let me run through that again because I didn't compensate for Little Leach running not being here. So it's Laney on pole from Fury, Shoulders in third, Bod fourth, Emo Guy fifth, Andy sixth, Unorthodox seventh, Melted Dazza eighth, Disco Racing Stew 9th, Lucy McShooty 10th, John Boy 11th, Motor Morgan 12th, and the Only G will be 13th and at the back of the grid. So we're just waiting for these guys to sync up and move forward. Yes. Sorry? Oh, thank you very much. As I was just saying on the stream, my controller's gone flat, so I've had to plug it in. So I'm now sit cross-legged on the floor. I feel like I'm back at school. Lovely. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So as I said, we're just getting ready to get started on this feature race. It's here we go. We look like we're syncing up for the feature race. So the as I said, they've got to get themselves into order. Probably they will be talking to each other on the game chat and sorting this one out, but I will run through it once again. So in pole position will be Laney, and I'm going to pick him up on my... I'm going to try and pick him up. Wherever he is, where's he gone? So have we got... Is Laney not here? Have we lost Laney? We might have lost him, have we? So, if we've lost Laney, then it's Fury. Fury on top. Then we've lost Little Leach, so Shoulders will be second. Bod will be third. Emo Guy fourth. Andy fifth. Unorthodox 6th, Melted Dazza 7th, Disco Racing Stew 8th, Lucy McShooty 9th, John Boy 10th, Motor Morgan 11th, and the Only G in 12th. God dear, we haven't even started yet, you know. And is that looking well like where they are? That is looking good. Okay, good. We're looking good. So it's down to Fury to pull the trigger whenever he wants to go. It's his choice as they come up. It's a very short lap, so they're already ready to go. 20-minute sprint race. As I said, I'm going to try and keep up, guys. Stick with me, stay with me. I'll do my best. As Fury has gone, he certainly has, and we're underway. We're underway with the Tier 1 Clios, and Fury's trying to pull away a little bit as they all go round the first corner nice and clean. Don't see we had any casualties in turn 1. A couple of headlights missing, or someone switched them off, but it's still Fury holding his own, and nice and slippery out there, as you can see, on the rest of the pack. Bit of bumping and shoving towards the back. Don't know where that is. I know that's Motor Morgan. Only G has made up a couple of places already as they and there's Only G's lost it already. Carbon copy of last night. by the looks of it. He's going to go round many times. I'm not going to talk to him too much because he watched us last night. He had a shocking race last night. But still, Fury holds his own after lap 1 with Shoulders in second. Hassling him. Oh, as Fury's going to go. Oh, stays on it. No, who goes wide? Somebody goes wide. That's Bod who went wide. Andy's come up a place. A few others have come up a place. Shoulders has got in front of Fury now, as Fury gets back in front of Shoulders. Bit of pushing and shoving in the first couple of laps. So Fury's still there. Everyone else still right behind, all the way back to G, who's currently last, but catching back up the back. He's 5 seconds down, as you can watch. Shoulders, oh no, Shoulders goes wide. So that's Andy's gone up into second place, and now he's going to hunt down Fury. Andy with his lights off already, obviously can see well in the dark, been eating his carrots. I would have thought. Unorthodox, my boys, back is into third, fourth, somewhere like that, racing with Shoulders, that's for certain sure, as they come back down into Paddock Hill Bend. Someone going a little bit wide, but no harm done. They're all still incredibly close as they who's that gets, oh, and here we go, he gets turned round. Dan gets turned round, and Looty McShooty, no, not Looty McShooty, goes going where? Emo goes, gets bumped around. Oh no, chaos on lap 4. They were all behaving themselves so well. So who got turned round? John Boy, only G still back there. Disco Racing Stew. All these guys had a bit of a shocker there on the beginning of lap 4. But they all seem to be pointing in the right direction and still not a million miles away from each other as we come round into lap 5. So Andy has managed to get into the lead. I didn't see where he did it because I'm trying to watch as much as I possibly can. Andy is in the lead at the moment and pulling a second away from Shoulders, who's back into second. Bod's up to third. Fury has dropped back into fourth. Motor and Morgan coming up through the pack a little bit. All this group so incredibly close. As you can see on my screen, the little triangle next to the timings means that these ones are within a second of each other. So as you can see, it's from 10th up to 4th is still a huge battle, as we're on board with Motor and Morgan, who's looking, he's going to put a move on Fury, tucks down the inside. Is he going to get the drive down the inside? He's on the right side for turn 1, but turn 1's incredibly tricky. So they're going to go in there side by side. Is Fury going to yield? Oh, it looks like he's not going to try and go all the way around the outside. In close company with these guys. There's Fury. There's Emo guy Ian. He's in close company. He's looking like the next one who wants to try and get round Fury. As we continue on, lap 6. I feel like I've done a marathon already. Motor in Morgan we're on board with in 4th place. Andy now got a second, 1.8 seconds out in front. Still hasn't put his lights on, probably saving his lights for a bit later on in the race. Shoulders in 2nd place, a little bit of a gap now back to Bod, as Daniel's up into 5th. Must have got round. Fury's gone backwards. Must have had a bit of a spin somewhere that I didn't pick up on. I apologise for that. As you can see, these lot all still in very close quarters as they come round. The only G is dragged himself up to 9th at the moment and cutting through the pack bit by bit. As we go on board with Disco Racing Stew in the middle of this tight battle. As I said, it's a very short. Oh no, in the background there. Who was that going wide? Was it Emo? It might have been Emo guy, Looty McShooty, I don't know, one of them. One of them went wide, I missed it. I bet Martin Brundle don't have these problems, does he? Do you think Martin Brundle has to change the view on the cameras that he's watching? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have to look at YouTube and all that stuff as well, does he? You know? And he gets paid big bucks as well. What's that all about? I get paid a penny here. But one day Motive Racing will be massive, and then the Motive Racing team will look after us, you know, and we'll all get paid for it. Someone just gone wide there. Managed to keep it on track. I think it was Disco Racing Stew, was it? Could have been. So, our kid just coming up to onto the back of Motoring Morgan. Motoring Morgan all over the back of Bod as they come over the start-finish straight and towards Paddock Hill Bend. Down at the bottom, is he going to go? Oh, Morgan's got a little bit squirrely on the brakes, manages to hold on to it. Unorthodox makes advantage of that and goes right past him. As soon as you make a mistake on this, someone's there ready to punish you for that mistake. These four all in very close company now. As you can see, still all very close. Andy still out in front with a 2.8 second gap now to Shoulders, who's 4 seconds in front of Bod. Dan Unorthodox is in 4th place and not hassling Bod yet, but I think ain't going to be long before he's close to it. Motoring Morgan, they're all over the back of Dan as they come round to complete another lap. We're already into lap 10. Duous Rocker on the comments. Kelly Legend, yeah, I've got to agree with that, to be fair. As you can see, this battle's still shaping up here at Brands Hatch Indy. Don't forget, if you get a moment, we've got how many people? 21 watching, 15 likes. I'll let you into a little secret. Every time we commentate, Daniel goes, we got 21 people watching the stream, we've got 21 likes. Well, it's usually me as one of the person on the stream, and my laptop won't log into YouTube, so I can't actually like it. So don't tell Dan that, though. Let him keep on telling people about liking the stream and whatever. So if you can like a stream, share it, subscribe, all that stuff. You want to get involved, Motive Racing. You hear this every time you log on. You know what to do. You know where to go. So get involved. So closest battle on the track. Well, there's a couple. Looty McShooty has been passed by G, and G is on a charge after Disco Racing Stew. It goes a little bit wide there. Disco Racing Stew has just overtaken Dazza. So this is all still close. Motoring Morgan still all over the back of Dan. Dan catching Bod as well. He's got a mirrors full of Motoring Morgan at the moment. No, I'm not going on board. I'm just not doing it because I won't get back again. So I'm going to leave it off on board for a minute. But you can see Motoring Morgan all over the back of Dan as they come round to complete yet another lap. Kelly, that was the best impression. Thank you, Nikki. It was one of my better ones. It was better than my Sean Connery last night. As Motoring Morgan's having a look down the inside on Dan. Dan's going to go all the way around the outside and try and stay there. Hello, Dan. Thanks for the flash of the lights. As Motoring Morgan's up the inside as they come around this tight one. Dan's still sticking with him, but he's going to have to yield. He's going to have to yield, so he's going to have to get on the back of Motoring Morgan and come back at him. We'll see how that one pans out. These guys all the way back. All the way back to Looty McShooty are all in very, very close company here. Let's stick in the middle of it where Dazza is, and you can see all these guys really, really close. Not a lot of time to do anything else when you're chatting on your own, is there? Hardly out time to take a drink. Come back, Matt. We'll get well soon. Come back. I'm missing you terribly right now. So where are we? As you can see, Dan hasn't let Motoring Morgan go just yet. There's still Daniel's going to go try and go around the outside. Loses ground there. Wasn't the best of decisions there. But they're still within a second of Bod, but Bod isn't. Bod's still maintaining that gap. Still maintaining that gap and just staying away from this little battle that is basically Motoring Morgan all the way down to the only G who's coming up on the back of these. Let's see how G gets on just here. He's going to I thought he might have a look down the inside. That's a Matt Neal spot, that is, but what usually Matt Neal does is just give him a little knock, move him out of the way. I'm going to get some. I'll get some feedback on the comments from Matt from that one if he's still is still watching. So I was expecting G to come pull a couple of moves there, but he didn't. As they come round again to complete this next lap, this middle pack still still really close together. Looty McShooty coming back on the back of G now, as G hasn't managed to find a spot to get round Dazza. Was it? Yeah, it is Dazza. He hasn't had an opportunity yet to get round him, so Looty McShooty is starting to drag these guys back in again a little bit. As you can see, there's Dazza. Looty, the only G. Oh, as Looty goes wide by looks of it. No, it wasn't Looty, it was someone else. I don't know who that was in the background. Somebody went wide. Looty McShooty, I apologise. You're still there in the hunt. As is G going to have a look at Dazza on this braking zone. Still a little bit too far back, and G knows that. In front of that, Disco Racing Stu and everybody else. Daniel's got back in front of. No, he hasn't. Bod's gone backwards. I don't know what's happened to Bod. Bod was going really, really well. I don't know if he had a spin or whatever, but he's gone backwards a little bit. Dan's got in front of this, but Motorin Morgan is right on this battle. So Dan and Motorin Morgan are still right there as we watch Dazza having a look at Bod. Disco Racing Stu was that just passed Bod. Bod got past in that last corner, but he's not done. He tucks the inside to see if he can get back down the inside of Disco Racing Stu. He's got the inside line. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he could. He's on the inside for the next corner. So he's got that. He's made that work as Bod. So as you can see, Dan's still on the back of Motorin Morgan. These two having an absolute cracking race, these two, and an excellent fight. Up the road from that, Shoulders is now a good 3 or 4 seconds ahead of this battle, and Andy 4.5 seconds in front of that again in the lead. As we go back on board with Unorthodox, as he has another look at the back of Motorin Morgan. As they as Dan goes very sideways, has a huge twitch into turn 1, giving Bod the run, and look out, Disco Racing Stu's going up the inside as well. They go door handle to door handle. Stu's gonna put one over on Dan, is he? But Dan's got the inside line again, making it stick, can cover that one off. As Daniel goes wide again. Oh dear, there's someone sideways at the back there. I don't know who that is. Could be Fury back there. So Disco Racing Stu got in front of Dan. Dan's going to have to reset and go again. This has given Motorin Morgan a little bit of a gap, so he can have a little bit of breathing space. G's moved up a few times. He's got past somebody and taking Looty McShooty with him. As he looks now at the back of Bod, goes to the inside line, he's going to try and get the undercut, the overlap, should I say, as they come into this braking zone. G's done it, but he's gone a little bit wide past the apex, so Bod comes back down on the inside of him, takes that place back. Flash of the lights from Bod. I don't know if that was to me or to G or what, who knows. But good racing from these guys here. As we can see that Bod's now back behind G. And Looty McShooty now is looking at the back of Bod, thinking he might fancy having a go at that. Look, I don't know which way to look first. Oh, these are all so close. There's a bit of a touch there. These guys are oh so close that I dared look at the comments, because I don't want to miss anything as they go 3 abreast. Daniel's round the outside, you've got Bod in there, and Looty McShooty. Dan goes right round the outside. We've seen in touring cars, not a great place to be right out there. Dan's got the inside line. I think he's going to hold off Looty McShooty, but Bod's got past him. This race is going badly for Dan. I'll tell you what, let's stop talking about him, because that's probably the problem, is me talking about him. The G's now cleared this little battle, and he's going after Disco Racing Stu and Motorin Morgan, who's still holding on to that 3rd place. But Disco Stu is right behind him as they come across the line for yet another lap. And the only G is close behind them and trying to pick up some more points for his championship campaign. You can see on the timing screens up in your left-hand top corner, you can see the red dot. That means that the red mark on these means that the guys with the red mark against some names have got a penalty of some description. I can't tell what that penalty is. Could be 5 seconds, could be 10 seconds, a second. It could be a drive-through. You don't know yet. But I don't know quite what it is. As you see, Disco Racing Stu coming right up on the back of Motoring Morgan now, as he got a run down to the first corner across start-finish straight. He's in his slip. We know the slipstream is really powerful for these Clios. Is he going to go round the outside? That's brave round there, Stu. Thinks better of it. Stays on his line. Lives to fight another day. They've got to get on with it because G's coming. And we know what he's like. G ducks to the inside, having a look at Disco Racing Stu, but not this time. Disco Racing Stu's got to be going, looking forward and backwards at the same time, racing and defending, but it's all going off behind them. As we've got Bod and Dazza in close company, as Bod just touches Dazza. Dazza goes round there. It's unfortunate. Down there just behind Looty McShooty, as the only G is now, look, on the back of this battle. This is close. This is close indeed. Motoring Morgan, Disco Racing Stu, they're all having a go at this one. As Stu's got into the front of this battle. Trying to stay on board with Motoring Morgan. Oh, and that's G going a little bit sideways. He's collected it all together and managed to stay on track and moving forwards. Just going to take him a minute to get on the back of these, and a minute is really about all we've got. Where are we with Andy? Andy is where is he? He's probably going to, he's going to get another lap in yet, but it's going to be just about that, I think. Andy's found the light switch. Well done. It's obviously got too dark for him. Just flick back to where's G and Motoring Morgan. Stu's got these a little bit. G's got back on the back of Motoring Morgan, which is all going to be a bit of a last lap dive. I'll try and keep on board with them as long as I possibly can. See where G gets. We've got to go back to Andy because he's the race leader. Where's he coming up to? Oh yeah, he's got a little way to go just yet. Where's G? Not quite close enough to make it stick just there. Back again. Bod, as we see Daniel going wide. These guys still having a hell of a ding-dong there. Once again, G just looking at the back. He's going to be wanting to make that last position. Could be a last dive. As Andy comes round the final corner. Comfortable win for Andy. He's going to need this. Good championship points to keep his championship alive. Flash of the lights, and it's a win for Andy as he comes across the line. Shoulders is going to take second place, and a little bit of a lonely second place, as it were. Disco Racing Stu will take third, and it was Motoring Morgan fourth, the only G fifth. Looty McShooty takes sixth. Bod seventh. Dan having a more smash up with his car, comes 8th. Dazza 9th. John Boy 10th. Emo Guy in 11th. Fury in 12th. Oh, and breathe. Whew. Well, there you go. That was the feature race. I feel like I'm going to go and have a lay down in the middle of the in the middle of this, and maybe a stiff drink just before we move on into the next race. Thank you for your comments, guys. Just looking through some of the comments here. Andy, time for a cup of tea, probably in a pot noodle, to be fair. Kelly, you're owning this. Don't feel like it, but we're doing our best on our own. It's not easy, this commentating on. It's more stressful than driving. And driving these Clios is reasonably stressful, to be fair. So there you go. There's your feature race. Sorry, your sprint race results. Well done, Kelly. Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate your comments. In the break, go and like this video, subscribe to the channel, go on Facebook, like that, Instagram, I don't know, Grindr, Twitcher, all those, whatever else you go on, I don't know, TikTok, Ting Tong, whatever. Go on all those and like everything. Better still, tell your friends, say, come on watch this YouTube stuff. There's some crazy guy talking complete rubbish and some really good Clio racing. We will be back for the Clio's qualifying for the feature race this evening. As I said, I'm going to go and have a stiff drink a moment and a quick lie down, and we will see you on the other side. Stay with us.
You right there, Dad? Hello? You right
You hear
there?
me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I'm good. I was just getting up to go and have a pee. Jesus
sorry.
Christ, that's not easy on your own, is it?
No, it's hard, isn't it?
It is hard on
Get a
your own,
drink.
really hard.
Make sure you go back. Make sure you grab a drink because your voice just dries up really much.
Yeah.
At least Nikki's saying you're doing a great job. So keep it up.
Yeah, I got. I take it we're off stream.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. I've got a drink here. So you're just having time to drink it because you feel like you don't really want any dead air, do you? You don't want silence, you know.
No, but if you need a break, then just stop for a second, you know. Just
I'm not gonna get myself beat up about it too much.
But the worst category to comment on is this one. So.
Yeah, my controller went flat. Or didn't go flat, but was about to go flat, so I've had to plug it in. So I'm now sat on the floor doing it.
Alright. Okay, Jesus. Nikki's just messaged me. Your dad was awesome on commentary, killed it. That he was on his own. So Nikki's saying you're doing a great job.
Oh, that's cool. Righty. I'm just going to go and have a whiz minute because I want to be ready. All right.
Yeah.
What happened to you? You went backwards.
I was going well, and then just as soon as you make one mistake, you're in the pack, and you just can't get back in the groove. So
that's right.
Everyone was swallowing me up. So that was it. I was
on hard.
Andy's pace, and someone hit me, and then I was with Andy's pace, and that was it. I couldn't catch no one at that point. So I had a good fight for all of it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, I got most of it.
Right, go and have a wee.
Yeah, I was back in a sec. Yeah.
We're going in game chat. Catch you in a bit.
Hey, G. No? Oh, sorry, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, he dipped in and said hi and doing a great job and dipped out again. Yeah. Right. Okay. That'd be nice. Do the cans. He's going to do it, is he? Right, well I've just had an approval. Accept it. Okay. And hello. Hello mate, Martin, innit? Hiya Martin, how you doing?
Yeah, really good, excited actually.
Excited? Good, good, good.
Hello, Exmar.
If you go to party settings, and then scroll down to allow your voice to be shared, make sure that's on.
Oh, showing off already, look.
Allow. Got it, done it. Approval needed. The host has nominated you, race director. Do you accept? Yes. Which I've done. No, I don't know how to do cameras. Tell me the crack quickly.
It's your left. I think it's L2. L2 will scroll up and down the drivers. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just as in normal in the game, right? I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can. I believe it's one of the other buttons to go. I always struggle going on board. I kind of get on board, and then can't get off again.
I'll do that. I know how to do that, mate.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. How are we working this? Am I leading and just you come in and comment? We'll just have a nice relaxed chat, shall we?
Yeah, we're both the same age, me and you, Kelly. Job's a good one.
What, you're old as well, then?
50 years old, mate.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, yeah, we are the same age then, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
Are you ready, dude?
Hi, Andy.
Nice. Alright,
Sorry.
Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry, Martin, what's your last name?
Story.
Right.
Mark, you alright if I put your full name in the description?
Absolutely,
I always
mate. No
give
problem
I was
at all.
just about to check that one, Andy.
Yeah, I always give people creds in the comments, or not the comments, the description on the video.
No probs,
I think
bud.
it's only fair, obviously with the work people do on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping there'll be more, so looking forward to it. Well, that's if you'll have me back.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you'll give a good account anyway.
Absolutely.
I cocked up last week, mate, and they kept me, so you know.
I heard it.
Yeah, didn't everyone?
Yeah. Easily doable, though.
Oh mate, I don't know what to do with him. Mate, if he leaves the lobby, then I'm going to ignore all his inquiries. Simple as that. If he doesn't want to race, what's the point in us looking at his inquiries? Do you know what I mean? It's stupid.
Right, I'll mute the stream I've got on YouTube going on my laptop and just read some of the comments and stuff.
Yeah, you can read the comments, but you'll find it's probably about 30 seconds behind on the actual watching. So don't get too distracted by it.
No worries.
Enjoy the race, guys. Have a good stream.
Yeah.
And
Good
yeah,
luck.
good, nice win, Andy.
Cheers,
Yeah,
mate.
well done, mate.
Thank you. In a bit.
You tell us when you go live, yeah? Yeah, Kelly just asked me questions. What do you think? You know, just generally see how it flows.
Yeah,
right?
we'll
And
just,
I'll do
mate.
the same.
We'll just keep it relaxed and we'll have a chat. We'll just try not to talk over each other and just have a chat. And if you see anything going on, feel free to stop me. You know, and because I will rabbit on all by myself otherwise.
Absolutely.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Brands Hatch for the Clio Cup Tier 1 here on Motive Racing. My name's Kelly Davis and I've got a guest star now in the commentary box with me. I've been joined by Martin Story, otherwise known as X-Mark. Good evening, Martin.
Hey Kelly, how you doing?
I'm
All
very
good?
well, mate. Yeah, very well. Glad to have
Nice
some company. Glad to have some company here in the commentary box because it's quite hectic here, chatting on your own. So lovely to have you in with us. Are you looking forward to this evening?
Absolutely. First time this side of the the motive racing. I'm obviously normally behind the wheel and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really exciting.
Brilliant, and I say glad. No one's more glad than me to have you here in the commentary box. That's for certain, sure. So yeah, we're going to have some good racing this evening. The Clios are hectic, no doubt. You follow them, the Clios along anyway. Have you been racing the Clios, Martin?
Yeah, I've given them a go a few times, definitely around this Brands Hatch Indy. And you're right, it's very tail happy, these cars.
Yeah.
Hard to handle, right? And it's all about getting a really good setup. These guys, I'm sure, have been doing some practice to try and get the best setup they can. And yeah, we'll see what happens tonight.
Yes, indeed. Setup is key. You're quite right. Although it isn't the be all and end all, because the only G gave me a setup, and you think, wow, that's it. That's it. I'm going to win races now, and that wasn't the case. Certainly for me,
that is so true.
Yeah, it's with these Clios, it's patience pays you off. You need to be patient with them, and do stuff like a racing car driver, where like braking in a straight line, then turning, and kind of stuff like that, instead of playing it like a PlayStation, So
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Talking about hot to handle, GTEs last night was a hot to handle, I've got to say, in the rain, and you guys did a great job commentating on that, I must say. Fantastic job.
Yeah, that was a great race in the wet last night. It was also probably my favourite commentating, to be fair. I thought that was hilarious last night. We covered so much ground, me, Daniel and Andy. It was some great fun last night.
Are you going to do any more 007 impersonations tonight?
Well, yeah. My Sean Connery is a great Roger Moore. So yeah, it's probably not, if I can help it. We'll see. Anything can happen, mate. Anything can happen on the commentary. That's for certain, sure. As we're on board with Motoring Morgan at the moment, currently the fastest man on track is Laney with a 50.0. I'd like to see these cars in the 49s in this session. Who's your kind of who you guessing for pole here, Martin?
Well, Laney, obviously, as a few people know, Laney works for me, and if he can do as well as he does in his day job as he does on the track, wow, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He does a bit of tracking on go-karting. He works at a local go-kart track up in Norfolk.
Right.
And so he can certainly handle a car, and he's got an MX-5. He takes on a track, and so I'd put some money on him as a fellow Pro Laps driver as well. I'd say that, obviously, but let's be honest. There's some really good drivers out there. Let's be honest. You've got Andy, you've got the G, you've got Emo, you've got Motoring Morgan. I don't want to name names. At the end of the day, some really quality drivers out there. So I'll put my money on Laney. It's a shame he missed the sprint, I understand, because he had a lost connection.
Yes, I believe so. I believe you're right, yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed, and I say Laney with the fastest lap right about now. As we go on board with Laney, Martin's found the buttons for changing the changing. Yeah. You got to think about so many things, Martin, haven't you?
I know. I'll get there, mate. I'll get there. Hopefully I'll be a good host to you, bud.
I've no doubt, my friend, and at the end of the day, this is all for fun. We're all volunteers, and nobody. We all like to be as professional as we can, but we also are just doing our best here on some old PlayStations, So
absolutely.
Yeah, do bear with us. If you want to comment, then please do on the stream. A couple of comments coming through. Ben Parker, a cone has been taken out Has it? Okay, I didn't really see that. And Fury's granddad, some stuff from him. Simplay, which is Matt's still there, not feeling very well. It's dear Matt. We hope he gets better real soon. So this is a qualifying session. This one's just under 8 minutes left to go. Then we've got the feature race, which, if I flick over my screen, is a 45-minute feature race, which is going to be fun here at the Brands Hatch Indy. So, what is it that you do, Martin? What does Laney do for you?
Oh, well, we work for American software company, so he effectively is a technical guy. I look after a couple of technical teams in the company, and he goes out there and sells technology.
All right.
Hired him straight out of uni, and he's certainly not disappointed me. So, just shows you what you can do, right? As your first job, if you put your mind to it. Absolutely. Good to hear. You guys still busy then? With the current climate? Yeah, we're doing all right. Pretty good. We sell automation software, so automation's one of those things that a lot of people want these days.
Certainly is.
IT. So it's still tough stuff for a lot of companies out there, but just got to stick through this horrible situation we're in. We'll get through it. We'll definitely get there. Yeah.
Yes, we will indeed, and you're quite right. We'll get through it, and why we are in this horrible situation. At least we've got sim racing to keep us all sane. While we're waiting to get back to some sort of normality. I'm hoping to get back to. I bought tickets for Thruxton for British Touring Car today.
Nice.
Yeah, well, if we get there or not's another matter. It's second week of May. My theory is, if they limit the numbers, maybe that me and Dan will already be in because I've bought the tickets. But we'll see. But just hoping and praying that we get back to some sort of normality soon, and we can do all the things that we love, including motor racing. You know?
Yeah. I managed to get on a track day event at Abingdon in Oxford. Actually, I took my car down there in between the lockdown 2 and lockdown 3. Just snuck it in. It's just a gamble, right? At the end of the day, we all try and enjoy ourselves in our everyday lives by going to track days and going out and going to the thing you're going towards, and we'll get there. I really truly believe it. We just got to have faith. But in the meantime, as you say, let's have some enjoyment playing this game, make some new friends, be part of the motor community, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I joined the guys in a lobby just randomly myself, and the G and Andy and everybody else has made me so welcome. So I must say, it's an absolutely superb place to be. Absolutely.
We're looking at Motoring Morgan in the pits at the moment. He's where is he? He's second at the moment. There you go, Martin. That was a nice cue, wasn't it?
That was a good cue.
You like that? You like that? Yeah. As we're on board with our kid, Daniel Davis, unorthodox, as he goes, interesting line through there. Takes a little bit too much curb. Yeah, we can see you flashing your lights, Dan. So
let's have a talk about the times. I mean, obviously we're in qualifying now. So Laney's at the top in first place with a 50.027, going pretty solid. 2/10 off from Lodder, is it? Is it LOO's Lodder?
Looty McShooty, that would be.
Looty McShooty.
Yeah,
all right, another one with 00. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, as with these times around this track, it's always going to be a matter of fractions, right? I mean, look at the times. Everyone's doing 50s, more or less. Andy's got a 51, amazingly. Wow, what's going on with Andy?
He's obviously sitting back on that great win that he's just had.
He's sandbagging.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
That's what it is. He's luring them into a false sense of security, is what he is, as he actually gets himself into the 50s, just as we're speaking about it. So the whole grid separated by less than a second here at the moment. It is a short lap round this Brands Hatch Indy. Have you ever been there? Been to Brands?
I've been to Brands, driven on Brands on the Indy. Got a little present from my dear wife to drive around the Indy when I was very young, actually, when I was about 21. So that was back in the 90s. Oh my God!
Back in the day.
drove an XR2i round it, actually.
I had one white by any chance, was it?
I can't remember, but yeah, it was exciting. And then you get to drive in the single seaters,
Nice.
which you couldn't really push that much because they've got telemetry up in the tower. And if you go above 4,000 revs, you've got to come in and all that kind of stuff. When you're
Yeah.
So I've been around there. What about yourself? Have you been around it? Have you
No,
been
mate.
there?
Me and Daniel on Orthodubs live in deepest, darkest Cornwall, and
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah,
Long way.
the Cornish haven't even heard of motorsport, I don't think. I mean, we've only had cars down here in the last, 5 years or so. There is absolutely minimal motorsport in Cornwall. To us, the closest track that we've got would be Castle Combe.
Yes, I've been on that. That's a great track.
I've been to Castle Combe for a track day, although I didn't drive myself. Me and Daniel do Thruxton every year. We do touring car every single year.
Nice.
Obviously, apart from last year. So we do that, and me and Daniel have done a bit of auto solo down here. I don't know if you're aware of that, which is a bit. It's like car park racing, basically, and not to be mixed up with auto testing. It's basically a short car park and a coned course, and you time trial the coned course. There's an airfield close to us where they hold these kind of events, and that's really that and a couple of sprints are the only motorsport open to anybody in Cornwall. So we're a long way away from stuff. So for me, Thruxton. Silverstone I've been for a Grand Prix. Daniel was there as well, but he was about 5 years old when we went.
And we're on board with your Daniel right now. Sorry to interrupt. I just
not at all.
Daniel on board, and you can see how tricky it is getting around here with the rear end coming out. So we'll see him coming down. And this is a tricky corner, this one. The one that I always fail on, if you don't get it right, it unbalances you, is just as you're coming in, just round here. If you take it in fourth, and if you go into fifth, then you're dicing me death, to be honest. But he's like, Daniel can handle a car, mate. Can he handle it in real life as well?
Sorry?
Can he handle it in real life as well? In real life tracking?
Yes, he can. We did the auto solo thing that we were doing. Me and him were trading fastest laps on that at the time with the other competitors. So yes, he can handle a car. As a young age, he wanted to get into karting, but as I said, the opportunities in Cornwall are zero, basically. We got into BMX racing instead, which Daniel was a. I mean, I did it when I was a kid, and Daniel was a multiple champion in BMX racing, and he didn't get an opportunity to get into go-karting. But that's unfortunately about where we live, and it's the way it is. The sun shines every day down here instead. So we've got beautiful beaches and fantastic countryside, but no motorsport.
You have
so,
lovely place to be, mate.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And in the winters, it's good. In the winters,
it's not bad. It's nice when there's nobody down here. But it's pretty good. As we chatting away there about beautiful countryside, the session is over, and we were talking about Andy, who's gone quickest, and he's the only man.
Sandbagging.
He was sandbagging,
mate.
Obviously. He's the only man that's made the 149s and a 149.9. Laney, that's time he set early doors, has stuck all the way to the end with the 150.0, which was the second fastest. Who else is on? There's a couple of people still on track.
Let's have a look.
Louis McShooty. Looks like he's backed off.
He's backed off. Motoring Morgan. One more lap coming in. No, that's it. They're all done.
That's it. Indeed.
Wow, very tight, very tight. So, do you want to do the list then?
Yeah,
or do you want me to do the list?
I'll go through it for you. On pole, we've got Andy on a 149.9, Laney in second place, John Boy in third, Lucy McShooty in fourth place. The only G is there in fifth. Motoring Morgan sixth. Seventh place is Disco Racing Stew. Bod in eighth. Unorthodubs in ninth. Dazza is in 10th, and the screen's gone blank in front of me, so I don't know who else is where. This is a standing start this time, 49 laps around this Indy track. On pole is Andy. He's the man to watch as these guys just sync up. They all ready up, and who's your money on for the win, Martin?
Yeah, well, Andy's there. I mean, wow. I mean, I did say Laney, but I tell you what, Andy's certainly got the skills in this car, you can see. But it's such a tight one, right, with these cars. The margins, as I said, are so tight.
Absolutely, I'm going to put my money on G, to be fair, just because it's, you know, it's like the Lewis Hamilton bet, isn't it? You know, so yeah, I'm going to safe bet and go with G. But yes, Laney, Andy, I mean, yeah, anybody really, anybody's race.
So they're all sitting in the cars now, getting the setups ready, double checking they got the fuel, double checking they got the pit strategy right. Just making a few tweaks. Somebody probably making too many tweaks, and that'll be the downfall.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
I do.
But you'll be getting a few nerves kicking in now. Let's be honest. When I jump in my seat, I get a few nerves, and especially when you're up front. Oh my God. But it's fantastic. I think we're going to see some fantastic racing here, Kelly. I really do. It's going to be so tight. Let's hope I can keep up with you. Try my best.
Don't worry, my friend. Don't you worry. We're just all here for fun. Don't forget, like the video. 21 people watching. Like the video. Go on the Motive site. Go on the Facebook, Twitcher, TikTok, whatever, Ting Tong, whatever it is. Just like everything. Better still tell your friends, and tell your friends about Clios, because we have some great racing in the past, and it looks like we are nearly ready to go. Yes. As I said, just making the final adjustments. Here we go. Indeed, we're syncing up.
Yes, syncing.
So, feature race
thinking
at
and thinking.
Hatch.
Yes, here we go.
We're away, and Andy gets away with a reasonable start, but Laney's got the best of him, as it's hard to tell at the moment until they come into the first corner. Yes, Laney's got him into turn one.
Taking him.
So yes, indeed, and it's a little bit chaos. Andy goes sideways. He's going to go back across. Oh, and it's absolute chaos on all the dubs, and everybody is crashed. Andy's managed to put it all back together, and this top 5 or so have got away with it. They've stayed out of that chaos. So out in front, Laney at the moment. Laney and G
with Luton McShoot. You were right with G. Look at him. He's coming up strong. Good start from him.
Yes, indeed. Motoring Morgan in there as well, and he's not to be sniffed at. Another good racer. He's on the back of G as they come round to complete the first lap already. The rest of the guys had an absolute shocker as Andy went round. Andy's managed to stay into 7th, where some of the other guys were all over the shop as we had that huge crash as they completed lap 1 and into lap 2. But it's still Laney from the only G is in 2nd place. Look at him go. Boy, absolutely flying. So Laney's going to have a mirror full of the only G in just a moment. Motoring Morgan has managed to get past Luty McShooty as well, and they've dropped whoever that is just now back into 5th place. John Boy, I believe, in 5th place, as these 4 have broken away a little bit from the rest of the pack.
Great work here.
Yeah,
great work. Sorry to come across you, Kelly.
No, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're watching Laney's. Absolutely had a great start here. The only G is right on his tail. Half a second. He's pulling away a little bit. So early to pull away in these cars, I say the margins, but let's see. It's still early doors. Motoring Morgan's very close behind the G. These 4 seem to be the leading pack out there. And we've got John Boy slightly on his own there, sort of coming up to these 4. Let's see how he develops during the race. Obviously it's shoulders. And then you've got a pack. Andy, there's Andy in that pack there. So he's in that pack. Andy, Disco Stew, Bod, Melted Dazzler, Emo Guy. I'm disappointed with Emo Guy because he's normally right up there, but maybe struggling a little bit out there. Back to you.
Yeah, possibly. He possibly is struggling with these Clios. I can't remember what sort of where he is in the championship, to be fair. If I look at my grid order for thing 1, Andy was he's not having the greatest run in the Clios at the moment. Not Andy, sorry, Ian. Ian's not having the greatest run in the Clios just at the moment. Maybe it doesn't suit him. I don't know. We'd have to talk to him at some point.
He's done well in GTE, definitely in a couple of races. He's a bit of a dark horse as Emo. I would definitely say.
Yes, for
but,
sure.
You know, you can count on people like the G. There's some seriously good drivers here. You know, Motoring Morgan. I hear a lot about him. Do you hear much about him? Lots of driving.
He seems to be. He seems to always be in the frame when I'm commentating. So So yeah, he's a quick boy for sure, and going quite well at the moment in third and right there on the pace. So yeah, there's a lot of familiar names. The quality of driving this is really quite excellent. As we've said over and over again, and anybody who's played this game, if you haven't tried the Clios, just go round. Just take one out. You wouldn't expect such a small car to handle so incredibly badly.
They're great fun. I'll tell you a very quick story. I drove a Clio Cup round the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife.
Oh yeah.
About 10 times. We hired one. I was up there with some friends. And wow, that car is a weapon on the Nordschleife. Keeping up with M3s and 911s.
Yeah, wow.
Driving it like we stole it, mate. As it was a high car, right? So why not?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, I've driven a couple of Clios, not the Cup ones. I've driven a couple of Clios on the road, and they're not a half bad car at all, actually. And
they're
usually,
awesome.
I moan about the Renaults because it seems to be every series I'm in, I seem to be in a Renault, and I seem to not be able to keep the back end down. The Renaults are back in the day. I had a R5 turbo, and that wasn't about keeping the back end down. That was keeping the front end down. That was,
what, the R5 turbo, the early one with the massive single exhaust. Wow.
1987 one I had, black one.
Wow.
It was. Wish I had that car now, but there you go.
They were all the rage. They were all the rage back then in the 80s, weren't they?
Yeah, they
them
were.
Or XR2s or XR3Is. All the younger people listening in right now are thinking, what's he on about?
What these old guys talking
these
about?
Old codgers.
XR what?
XR what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, they were Fords. They were fast Fords, basically. So anyway, look at the state of Disco Racing Stu's car. He's come off somewhere, hasn't he? Look at the state of that.
He certainly has. Thank God he's not paying for the panels on that, because that needs a bit of work, that car. Fortunately, the damage is
the
off.
G's gone into front. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
I just wanted to remind the viewers. G's gone in front. Luton McShoot's gone to second. Something must have happened to Laney. We missed that. Sorry.
You'll find that, Martin, it's so incredibly difficult to keep up with the action. And for some reason we're not getting the you might get it on your screen. Have you got the little triangles next to the
the little triangles? I
haven't got that on my
track limits, is it?
The little triangles to the right hand side of the thingy are cars that are within a second of each other. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a cue for you to try and see who's close to each other and where the battles are. So if you follow those triangles a little bit, Martin, you shouldn't go.
That gives me a chance.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of a chance. You can see
the thing is, though, mate, with this track and these cars, they're all within a second.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Yeah, a little bit of a baptism of fire for you, Martin, being that Martin is the race director. As you can see, we're back on with Luton McShooty.
Let's go on board. Let's go on board.
If you feel confident to usually when I get on board I get stuck there.
That.
So
I can do that. I can just about do that. There you go. Luton McShoot, who we're with at the moment. Let's go on board Jordan. Let's go on board Jordan. Like we did a bit earlier. Let me find him. Oh, he's at the back.
He's having a similar race to I had in Tier 2 by the looks of it.
Oh God.
Yeah, right in the back. We're on board with Dan here right now, as you can see, as he comes up to the last corner. Probably see the back end just twitch a little bit as it goes round here. Yeah, reasonably clean that. Not a load of correction on that one. It's turning into quite a nice day here, isn't it? At Brands Hatch.
Look at that. Well, yeah, it'll be lovely around there. Look at that lovely sky, gorgeous. I do love this game. They've done well with this game. Pity about the third one, but the least we'll talk about that, the better.
Yeah.
Surely they'll bring out some more. But yeah, this is a really great game. It's cheap now if somebody wants to buy it.
Absolutely.
Get yourself a little racing rig together. You got steering wheel and pedals, right?
Yep.
What do you use?
I'm on PS4, and oh god, what have I got? The Logitech
Logitech G29.
I believe that's the one. Yes, I've got that
to be
one.
The weapon that everyone. Sorry, mate, go on.
It seems to be the one of choice, doesn't it? And affordability, really. Since I've started getting into this sim racing more and more, like things do, and all the rest of it, I keep getting pop-ups on Facebook to buy, I don't know, £5,000 worth of rig or something like that, So I keep talking that I'm gonna build build my own. I mean, my daytime job, I run a fiberglass company, and I've got a mould for a bucket seat. So I was going to build my own kind of sim rig.
Oh,
but,
fair play to you.
Yeah.
We'll do it if you can. Do it.
I can, and I've got some ideas to make it a bit more fun. But the biggest obstacle I'm having at the moment at building it is talking my missus into letting me have the spare room to do it in. You know, she's just not bending on that right at the moment. I don't know what's all about you.
I'm sure you'll win around. If I, take her out. Well, you can't take her out right now, can you, to be honest. But yeah, no, I've been doing the same. I've been seeing all these pop-ups come up on, and there's some great guys out there. There's a guy called Dave on YouTube. He's kind of our age. Does a bit of iRacing, and he's got one hell of a setup. 3-screen. I mean, he gets a lot of views, so he probably pays for him on that one. This is job.
Probably does.
But I think you make the most of it. I make the most of it. Everybody in lockdown at the moment, get yourself like a G29, clamp it to a table, buy a second-hand PS4, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, enjoying the community because it is a good laugh, right?
Absolutely, a couple £100 gets you involved. Do you know what I mean? And you can race on pad. You don't have to have steering wheel and pedals. As we see Laney going door to door there, we've just gone to John Boy, but Laney was door to door. Look at these three as they come up
Look
through.
At that.
Yeah, Laney, Lucy McShooty, and whoever else is in there they're all fighting for that position. Looks like Laney's held on to it just for a minute. Laney MX5, that's sort of in reference to his hairdresser's car.
This is MX.
Yeah. Vidal Sassoon, no tools on board and all that.
Absolutely, he's. I'll have to. That's a good point. I'll have to say that to him tomorrow at work.
Oh, it's
so
hairdresser's.
You drive an hairdresser's car. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, we all have that reference. Yeah, so basically, it's still pretty tight up there. Look, you've got the G's only 1.17 seconds ahead of Laney, and it's so tight. I mean, look at that. You've got 4 cars in a train, and they've got mirrors full of bonnets and doors and God knows what and all around the bloody cars. So they're doing really well here. Really tight driving. And when's the pit window, by the way? I'm going to have to double check on that.
Oh, excellent question, mate. Yes, of course. Now hang on a minute. I might be able to find that out with the fantastic powers of technology. I've absolutely no idea.
I'll find out, bud. Don't you carry on talking while I look. You talk.
Okay.
Keep entertained.
Right, we'll do that. And just to add to matters, I've just got cramps sitting on the floor, so I've got to stand up. Ow! Guys, keep your comments coming in. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Kelly and Mark really doing proud of you, Mark. So what about being proud of me, Nicky? Mark's only been here for 5 minutes. Come on, just because he's a prolapse driver and all that kind of thing. BT is great work, you two. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. BT. I had a grey GT 5 GT. Yeah, nice, awesome car. Like you, wish I still had it, dude. If I could go back and have some of the cars that I've had before, Golf. I've still got a Golf GTI, but if I go back and have a couple of more Golf GTIs and 2i's, R5s, XR3i's, RS 1600i. Oh my God, the list goes on.
Actually,
and on.
That's a good question. Actually, to the viewers, anyone want to pop into the chat? What was your favourite car? Just put
of
it
the
in
80s, 90s,
well,
80s/90s.
Absolutely. Let's see what people put. Be interested to see what people. I know that Nicky's going to have some interesting cars. He's told me some interesting stories. I'm sure he'd love to share with you, Kelly. Like a very, very fast. What did he have? I think it was one of those Japanese. It was a Skyline. He had a Skyline.
Yeah.
In the 90s, we had an interesting run with the law. But I'll at least said about that the better, to be honest.
I had just coming up to date on it. I had the pleasure of going out in a Volkswagen T4 van. With a 1.8T in it, producing 550 brake horsepower. One of my customers took me out in it on Saturday. 550 horsepower in a van, is
what?
Yeah, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. If you want to see this guy's van, he's on YouTube. It's Speeding Tube. If you want to see his van, it's absolutely crazy. He's a customer of mine. Look at these guys on track, and Mark, we could chat all day, but just let's quickly get back to the racing.
Let's focus on the racing, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. With your man Laney is still holding this crowd off, which is Motoring Morgan, Looty McShooty going door handle to door handle. John Boy's in there as well as they come round into this last tricky corner. Laney's gapped them just a little bit as they're pushing and shoving.
It's coming in the pits. This must
Laney's
be the pit window, mate.
Make sure you hit that pit limiter.
Yeah, absolutely. See, for all those people out there who don't play it, I'm sure most people do, you've got to hit that pit limiter. If you haven't got a button assigned on your steering wheel or your controller, get one assigned, because it is a nightmare if you don't. We've all been speeding in the pit lane.
Oh,
He's first one in. He wants to get it out of the way, because obviously, you know, maybe that's his strategy. And here he goes. He's off. Let's see how he gets on.
See if he gets in clear air, isn't it?
Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Let's see how he joins. Oh, it was nice and clear.
Yeah, nice and clear air. That's useful.
Yeah, absolutely. So Emo guy, let's see where he is. Emo guy is just going up the top of Druids.
Way back.
So back. So
forward,
way in front. Yeah. And Laney will be on his rear end pretty soon. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the guys do. So yeah, just a couple of things. I want to give a shout out to my Prolapse mates. I've not said anything about them. They'll be saying, "I'll say something about Prolapse." Say something about Prolapse.
Taste the rainbow.
I've got to taste the rainbow. I heard you talking about that last night. I've got to say, you know, Nicky and Ben, you know, they brought me into the group. Great bunch of guys, very clean racers. Ben is one hell of a driver. If you've ever seen him.
Ben Parkey, is that?
Ben Parkey, yeah. Oh my God, that guy can drive. Oh my God, he knows his fast cars. He loves working in. He works in the motor industry as well. I can't remember. I think he focuses on building fiberglass components for racing cars.
Yeah, I say I work in fiberglass for my daytime job.
Oh right.
Yeah, I've got
to. You just said that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, well remembered.
I'm getting old, mate. I lose these things seriously.
Mate. We're similar kind of age. I hardly remember what I had for tea. You know, so yeah. What did I have for tea? Oh, don't matter. Okay. Yeah, as I say, I work in the fiberglass. I manufacture parts for Volkswagen transporters, mostly audio upgrades and stuff like that. But enough of that.
Let's go to the G. Come on, shall we get on board with the G? Shall we see?
Yeah, let's get on board with G. He's out in front by 2 seconds at the moment. There we go. We can see the back. Quite apt that he's got Hamilton's car. He's more like Lewis than he is
very
Nick,
tight. Let's see his lines. To walk people through his lines, Kelly.
Well, I'll walk you through the lap, and we'll try and see where it's like. If he's a good boy, then he should be on the racing lines. We come across the first, the start-finish straight. Tricky corner, this one, the trickiest one. Unsighted apex. You don't know where to brake. Tucks into the apex, already on the power, mid-corner. Little bit of slide, controls that, goes right to the outside as he comes under the bridge. Brake late into this, which is almost a hairpin turn. Hugs the apex, lets it run wide out to the curb, come across again to the right, looking to pick up that apex on the inside, touches that lovely. Just enough curb on the outside to use all the track, but not too much. Is he go flat through here?
He sounds it.
Just about.
Sounds it.
Just about. Just a bit of drop off on the transmission, I think. Last corner, tricky as, but smooth as there from G. As he comes around, and that's a lap. Doesn't take long to talk about it, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, he was very smooth there. That's the skills that you've got there with a man that's called the G, the one and only G they call him, and absolutely a great driver. So let's go on board. Let's go on board Andy. Let's see how Andy's lines are doing.
Yeah,
let's do a comparison of the drive.
Andy's already pitted. Andy was saying earlier to us in a party chat that he hasn't been feeling absolutely tip-top. I don't think he feels unwell, just a little bit tired, but he certainly
lives up the road from me, by the way.
Sorry to
interrupt. Yeah, literally just up the road from me. I could, be round his house in 5 minutes. Not that I'm going to be round your house in 5 minutes, Andy.
Yeah, don't worry, Andy. Or don't worry too much. You won't be round my house in 5 minutes, I'll tell you that. So yeah, Andy not feeling his absolute best, but driving really well in the first race. He's made his pit stop in this race. I can't remember where he was before he pitted, 6th or 7th maybe, so it's all championship points.
Kept it in, nearly went off.
Yes, indeed. Again, and misses that apex by a country mile, to be fair. But he's hustling it round. So he's certainly getting there.
He's doing all right, absolutely. Let's have a look at Laney's approach, and then we'll go to trackside view after this.
Okie dokie. Well, Laney is he's still in clear air, so hopefully he's just getting his head down and getting the lap times down. He say he does a bit of karting, so he'll know how to be patient and how to just follow the lines and just don't think about where you are on the track, just think about getting those times down and hitting those apexes, not making too many mistakes, so when all the pit stops are done and dusted, he's back into a competitive position. So
he's on it. Yeah, absolutely. He can get his head down, as you say. He's got that out of the way. So now let's go back to let's have a little walk around the field. We want to get everybody else a mention. It's always good. When you're watching the stream back yourself and you've been working hard on it, you kind of think, I wish I was mentioned, blah blah blah. So we've talked about the G. Let's have a look at Luton McShooty. He's very solid, right? I don't think he's come in yet by the looks of it. Can you see who's come in and who hasn't come in? Because I can't see that.
I haven't been totally paying attention, and kind of respect to normally Matt's here and from Simplay.
Yeah, race feed.
He's usually good on marking these things down. I know Andy's been in. I know Emo Guy's been in. We know Laney's been in. I'm not sure that any other guys have been in or not yet.
I can see it here. I can see it here on the race feeds. Laney's been in. Melted Dazzler's been in. I'm not sure if anybody else has though, if I'm reading the race feed correctly. So anyway, so Luty is doing really well, and John Boy, he's doing extremely well in the touring car championship, driving the Megane, which I'm in as well, right near to him at the top of the league. So I'll be fighting him towards the end, I'm sure. If I'm talking about the same John Boy who's in the Megane. Who I raced with at that French track, which you raced, which was a tough old track, that one. Roulette-Ista. You've done well. That's why I said the French track.
Yeah, everyone does that. That track is crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, for sure. I'm just going to read down through some of the comments. Sean Lane, relation to Laney or
must
no?
be Lane is his surname.
And Escort RS Turbo. What are they worth now? Worth a fortune now. They are RS Turbo. Yeah, nice. Who else have we? Who else? Kurt is saying that he had XR2. The 1.6 by the looks of it, 55,000 miles. Get on. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? As I say, that they're all worth money now, aren't they? I had a couple of 205
now.
GTIs as well. I wish I had them now. I had one with the
Peugeot 1.6 or the 1.9.
I actually had a 1.9 and pulled the motor out and put an MI16 in it.
That's sacrilegious. You can't do that. The 1.9 was a gem.
No, the MI16 was all the conversion. Pulled
Was
the
it
motor
still
out.
a Peugeot? Was it still a Peugeot engine? In that one?
Yeah. They had them in the 405s. They were a 16 valve. As we see Dazza go a little bit wide there. They were 16 valve. 150 brake horsepower unit, and they almost went straight in. A couple of modifications, and I was running mine on Weber 45s. Went like stink when the carbs were working right.
Absolutely. My first car, and we'll stop talking about our first cars and we'll get back to the track. My first car was a Rover P6 2-litre single carb, which eventually went into a P6 3.5 V8. Love that. Good old P6s, the Sweeney cars. Remember the Sweeney?
The Gaffer, wasn't it? Back in the day?
The Gaffer.
Do you remember
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I do remember Gaffer. Absolutely, bud. Yeah. All those parking tickets at the back of his, all the parking tickets at the back of his seat.
That's right. Oh dear. Yeah.
God almighty. Let's go on with the racing, mate. Let's have a chat about it. So we're at halfway now. We're just over halfway. It's a long 49 laps around the same thing. It's like, wow, it goes on and on and on, right? And it's, hang on, Melted Dazzler slowed right down there. I wonder what's going on there. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, don't know if he had a spin
maybe
or whatever.
Speeding, maybe he had track limits, mate, maybe, and he's just getting rid of it. Yeah, that's what it is, probably. Yes, he did. I can see it on the feed. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. You're more privileged to a bit more information than I am.
I am. And maybe I should be saying more.
I think we're doing fine. I think we're doing all right. I'm sure if we weren't, they'd tell us in the comments. It looks like the field's pretty spaced out at the moment, and we're in a bit of a lull. Although, as I look in the background, Looty McShooty and John Boy and who's that, Motoring Morgan as well. They're all having still having a ding dong for second place. As G comes up to lap somebody, I don't know that is that he's going to lap.
So let's have a look. Just let's go through it. So yeah, G is coming up to lap. Oh,
is it Emo guy?
Probably.
Or
Could
Andy?
be Emo. No, it's not Emo. It is.
Andy.
It is Andy. It is Andy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, but Andy has pitted already, mind.
True. So let's just go through the list then. So we got the G running up in first place, coming up against Andy. We've got Luther McShooty. Ooh, a bit tight here with Motoring Morgan, as you can see.
Where's
here.
John? What's up with John Boy? John Boy down a spin. Oh, he's in pits. He's in the pits.
He's in the pits. He's in the pits, getting out of the way. We've got a good 20 laps to go yet, so that's just over halfway pit. So where were we? Luther McShooty is 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Then a big gap to Disco Stew. Disco Stew, he's the guy off the Buddy Simpsons, isn't he? They got not much of that car left, to be fair.
Yeah.
Then you got Shoulders directly behind Disco Stew. Melted Dazzle's got a bit of a gap to Shoulders. And Laney, so obviously he needs to get himself back into settling into this race, and he's on his pit already, as we know. But it all starts to change. It all starts to change again. That's the beauty about pit stops, right? It's great to have that bit of strategy.
Yes, indeed.
And John Boy just behind Laney, and your man Dan look at the state of his car. What's he been up to? It's been a naughty boy.
Yeah.
So we call him N-Dubs in Prolapse. We've got a secret name for everybody.
N-Dubs.
That's it. That's the one. And absolutely, you got.
What was the guy called? Dappy, wasn't he? Dappy and Talisa and whatever the other one was called.
That's it. He's in that group. Your boy was in that group, secretly. Moonshining on the dance floor with his with Talisa. There's Bod and Andy. Andy looks like Andy's the only one who's got a penalty at the moment. I don't know how many seconds. We'll soon see how that shapes out towards the end. And Emo sort of rounding out the group at the end. He's having a bit of mare by the looks of it as Emo. But again, we don't know if everyone's had pitted. So just generally looking at the race feed, which is not giving me a lot of information actually. I need to speak to the guys just to double check on how they get all the info on the pit stops. But
I think Matt actually physically writes it down or ticks it off on his notepad. He's really quite the Ted Kravitz. Do you know what I mean? He keeps a little notepad and we get a little flash from Emo. Guy.
See that?
Hello,
there
Ian.
We go.
Got time to flash
Hello,
the
Ian,
lights?
mate. Yeah, get on with it, Ian. Come on, you're in 12th place. Crack on, buddy.
Yes, indeed.
Sure you'll get there.
Just looking through the comments a minute. Nikki saying, Kelly Mart, if we old boys, speak for yourself, had cars that we drove then, we'd be rich. Yes, if I had the cars that I've had in the past, I'd be a lot better. I'd be a lot wealthier man than I am today. Delhuis Rocker has had a 205 GTI, not 1.9, as his first car. Wow! How did you insure that? As a first car, but what a first car to have. It's hard to go anywhere else after having that as a first car, isn't it? You know? Yeah.
What did you say? I missed that. I was just sort of trying to work out how you do the chase cam. Say again.
The Hewis Rocker had a 205 1.9 GTI as his first car.
Bloody hell, that's a great car.
Yeah, I was wondering how he got insurance on that.
Oh, look at John Boyd. Look at John Boyd coming up on Laney, right behind him. You watch Laney's back end slide out on a couple of corners. Let's go in this view for a sec, because you get to see much more of the view around the slide around the corners. So let's see how he. Let's go bumper. I'm on chase, but I'll go bumper for you, mate. Here we go. There's bumper.
Look
look at that.
You can almost touch that car. Oh, John Boy goes to go round the outside. Look at that. It's brave round there. Is he going to try and come back? Oh, no, it keeps it all together.
Wheeled lift up there, because these cars do sort of drive on three wheels sometimes, don't they?
Yes, they certainly do. As
they jump up,
trying to go right round the outside of Laney. Can't make that one stick. Didn't think he would, to be fair.
This is good racing. It's good view. Thank you for the heads up there, mate. Bumper. I've not done bumper for a while actually. I'll do some more of that.
That's beauty, isn't it?
It is. Let's do that behind some of the close 1 second gap ones too. There we go. Look at this. We've got 3 here together.
Motoring Morgan still in a scrap with he must have pitted, wasn't he? Motoring Morgan was right up with Rudy McShooty, wasn't he? So he must have pitted.
So he's with these two, mate. He's with Laney and John Boy. So tight.
Yeah, look at that. It's a lovely angle. This I do love going on board like this. Just look at this. You're right up behind these two as they're jostling position. John goes to the inside, goes to the outside.
Look at that.
Yeah, bit of lock up on the brakes as the back wheel lightens up.
Good.
Yes,
skills
indeed.
here, mate. Some skills here, buddy. Oh, look at it. He's coming on the inside. No, he didn't make it stick. Laney's got some pressure here. Definitely got some pressure from our mate John Boy. Look how tight he is and how close he is there. Oh, he's really pushing him.
Yes,
really
indeed.
pushing him.
Laney, let's say, a little lock of the brakes as that back wheel becomes unloaded and just pours out a bit of smoke just as it's not actually hardly touching the ground as it lifts up. That's where we get the smoke from.
You can see how well these guys are doing. The fact that their cars are very clean, so they've not come off much. They've been very, very clean drivers, as you can see. You've got all panels, not like your boy Dan.
I just did some paintwork on his road car, so don't tell him that.
Fantastic. These cars do look good on this game, and look at that. You got the Clio symbol and everything. It's all. Look at the fire coming out the exhaust. Oh, you've got to give it to these developers. Oh, look, it's cut.
Oh, that was close.
Jesus.
Where's he going with this? You ain't going to go around there, down the inside of there, John Boy. Might be a bit of a Matt Neal type tap into the last corner, but
this is close.
It is close racing. It is a good game, considering it's 4 years old. This game, and the technology's moved on, and we're into the next generation of consoles and stuff like that. You're hoping the next big racing game, Project Cars 4, if
yes,
there's going to be something.
Another level.
Yeah, it is going to be another level because this is, this is a great game. John Boy going around the outside. Has he got the move done?
Let's have a look.
No,
he
not
can't.
yet.
It's so tight.
Oh, he's down the inside this time. Has he got the over? He's got a little overlap.
He's gonna.
Oh no, he isn't.
Laney's stuck with it.
Laney's just hanging on to that. Just hanging on to that cool. As he goes up onto the curb. I don't think he'll get a slowdown for that. I think he had a. I don't know if there's a slowdown there, to be honest. But Laney absolutely hanging this out to keep John Boy behind him. These guys going at it tooth and nail at the moment.
13 laps left. 13 laps left. That's roughly 13 minutes. And the other bits of detail I really like about it, you see when you get the rubber bits on the car that come off at the end of the race, you can actually see the detail of the rubber that's come off onto the car.
Yes,
there's little things like that after a long race. If you've been running in the wet, it just makes the game that much more immersive. You can see the little bits on the back of his car. Anyway, with enough of that, we want to get some view from other people. Let's go trackside view and let's have a look at Luty McShooty with the G. So
Luty McShooty,
is not pitted. G's in the pits. G's in the pits. Sorry,
G's done his pit stop.
He's coming out now. So let's see where he comes out with regards to Laney, because Laney was behind him.
Yeah, they were in close company at the beginning.
See where Laney is now. Oh, he's coming down the straight. It's going to be tight. Look at this.
It's going to be really tight. This is
going to be so tight.
And Laney's got a mirror still full of John Boy. Where are they going to come in? It looks like G's got it covered.
The four of them are back together like it was at the beginning of the race before everyone stood off into getting their pits. But now this is it. We've got 11 laps of tight racing now. I'm assuming we definitely know Laney's pitted. I think all of them pitted these four. Right?
Top three have definitely. I'm not sure if Motoring Morgan has, but I would have thought so for him to be in that position. So I would have thought that he's done his pit stop and we just haven't.
This is cool. This is cool, mate.
This is close racing. This is what it's all about.
This is what it's all about.
And this is what Clios are about.
I was just going to say, you beat me to it, mate. Absolutely. This is what Clios are about. It's that tight, close racing. They are exciting, as you said earlier. If you haven't tried the Clio, get in a lobby, do a private one, whatever you want to do, and learn it, because it is a difficult car to drive. But once you master it, wow, You do get to another level. You really do.
I would love to know what that feels like to master it, because I haven't got anywhere near that just yet.
Neither do I. That's why I go to Ben Parker's to get all the setups done. You know, he's certainly, we call him Sir Ben Parkey OBE, because he's that kind of guy. You know. And Nicky, what a laugh! We're a good bunch. We have a good laugh, and we really do appreciate everything that Motive puts on, and what you guys put on, what all the commentators do, all the Discord channels, all the hard work in the background. Really are a great bunch of people. I'm so glad that we found you.
Yes, absolutely, and you're probably the same as me, Martin. I've been playing these kind of games since I was, all the way back to my ZX Spectrum.
Gran Turismo, ZX Spectrum, ZX81 I was around in the early days.
ZX81, wasn't it? ZX81.
Yeah,
I had one of those.
There was a ZX80 as well. I was a little bit too young for that one, but the 81 I did play. I mean, God, if you saw graphics in those days, talk about 1 pixel.
That's
my God.
Yeah, 1 pixel was about 10 mil square, wasn't it?
That's right, mate. That's right. Anyway, let's not go reminiscing like you and I will probably end up doing again.
Oh, you get it all on Motive, mate.
Racing.
You get it absolutely all. You get classic cars, classic gaming. You get it all here. Absolutely everything.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So the G. So I reckon you've basically got Disco Stew and Shoulders haven't pitted yet. So really the race. Third place with G, he's actually in first place. But let's have a look at this now. Oh my God, this is going to be
close.
Serious.
41 laps and they're still so close together.
Lane is still keeping them back. It's unbelievable. They must be getting seriously frustrated. I know I would be.
Good defensive driving for sure.
I'm going to go back on the bumper. Let's get a bit of bumper action going again. In fact, let's go down to Luty behind Laney. Look at that.
John Boyd just behind this battle that we're on with now as we go on board. There you go. That's how tight it is. If it isn't hard enough to drive these cars around these tracks, try and do it with another car 5 foot in front of you. You know, it's it's extremely tricky, and to be clean and fair, and that's what it's all about. If you want to bash into people, go into the normal lobbies with all the other Muppets and have a demolition derby there. If you want to play properly, these are the kind of things you want to be involved in. Motive, sim play, all those type of things. These are all the kind of groups, prolapse, whatever. We all need to be in these kind of groups if you want some sensible racing out of this format.
Well said, mate. Well said, because you do get some horrible lobbies. Oh, hang on, Motrin's not far behind this group, though.
He's not.
He's in spitting distance, you know.
He is 7 laps to go. So
absolutely, but you're bang on, mate. Getting in a lobby where people are like-minded, they don't take the mick, they give people a bit of respect. Not everyone's like it, you know. Some people make mistakes and heat at the moment and all that kind of stuff. There's plenty of race incidents, but in the main, I'd say 98%. Everybody, and not far off 100%. Everybody is really respectful. They appreciate everybody, and long may it continue.
Absolutely, and it's as you say. Sometimes people get a little bit excited, and sometimes people get a little bit leery and whatever. But the point being that everyone is like-minded, that they're trying to drive like professional race car drivers. Hitting apex, braking zones, being respectful, and playing the game fairly. And that's really, as long as everyone on is like-minded. That's mistakes happen. People get upset with other people, and I know the boys from Motive have. Plenty of inquiries to look at and dish out penalty points. Just the same as normal racing. Professional race car drivers also do stupid things and get angry. It does happen. So
well, let's talk about professional. Who would you model G on? Give me a. Did you say Lewis?
I wouldn't stick to that because I'm not the biggest Lewis Hamilton fan. I've got an awful lot of respect for the guy and what he's done for racing and how he races. He's absolutely epic, but he's not one of my favourites. So
got it. Who would you model Dan on? There's a question.
Dan. Oh, who would I model Dan on?
He's a handy driver. I'll tell you who, because he's a great character. He reminds me of Jenson Button.
Oh, that's
Jenson's
nice.
a top fella.
Jensen's probably one of my favourite, probably my favourite race driver ever. To be fair, Jensen. But so to compare Daniel, who's also a one of my favourite people on the planet, it's really quite nice. Martin, thank you very much. I'll take that if Daniel doesn't. Jensen Button indeed.
Who's the Joker? Who's the Joker of the pack? Who's the Daniel Ricciardo of the pack?
Oh, no, see, that's where I would have put Daniel, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Daniel was, as
Laney's had a slow down.
Must have had a slow down.
He's trying to get rid. He's already got a penalty, you see. So
right.
He wants to try and minimise that because he's got ahead of G. We've got to stop bloody talking about bloody racing car drivers and start talking about
what's in front of us would be helpful,
what's
wouldn't
in front of us. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, no, but this is still going to be so tight. It's just the question is how many seconds has Laney got in terms of his penalty? Could be 1, could be 2. Don't know what the settings are. Sometimes you get 1 second, sometimes you get 2, sometimes you get 3 if you're unlucky. He's got to pull out a gap. Right. Yeah, he's got to pull out a gap now. He seems to be doing it. He's just got to keep. It's early doors yet. Well, what have we got? We've got 3 laps left. So let's quickly have a look at the back and then go to the front because we don't want to give everyone a last few views before we jump to the last couple of laps.
Yeah.
And then we go. So we've got Bod. You've got Melted Dazzler in this group here. Andy's sort of got himself back up a little bit into this sort of second tier group. John Boy, Motoring Morgan. So you've got Shoulders and Disco. They haven't come in yet. They can't have come in yet.
Well, they can do it all the way up to the last lap.
I know.
The second to last lap, should I say.
They'll be in. So let's focus on. We've got 2 laps left. This is going to be it.
This is the fight.
Laney's massively under pressure here from the G. Look at it.
Look at all of them. They're all within a fag paper of each other, aren't they?
Oh my God! I'm going to
look at this. Oh, Laney's gone deep. G's gone down the inside. Can he make it move? No, Laney's going to run right round the outside.
Look at that!
Oh, so close. Oh, Laney! What happened to Laney? I think he wobbled a bit.
He's lost it. Oh, the pressure.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, Laney. Oh, he's gone into the pit accidentally. Because you get your spin off in that.
Did he spin? I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Laney, he's going to be gutted.
He's had enough now. You're going to hear all about it tomorrow at work. I tell you, you're going to hear all about it.
Oh mate, has he lost his connection or something? Who knows?
Well, he's still there, so yeah.
Well, but let's get away from that. Sorry, Laney, you're out, mate. That's it.
Because it's nearly coming to the end of this one, so we've got one more. G's got in front again. He would have done because Laney was leading. Disco Stew and
look at this.
We got a. Disco Stew and Shoulders have got to pit, haven't they? They are both in the pits now, so they take the last lap to do their pits as G comes across the line for the final lap. Lucy Mashuti right behind him within 2/10 as they come down for the last time. See G fighting the slide as they come down.
On track side. There we go.
There we go indeed. Lucy Mashuti all over G. He's just got to keep it all together. Still the top 4 covered by less than a second as they come round for the this being the last lap. Laney run out of fuel is what happened.
Oh no!
He ran out of fuel. Oh yeah, that's an error I've made. You're not on your own there, fella.
We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we come round up the hill, Lucy still looking at G. As Lucy gets a little bit squirrely on the brakes. G's got this covered off.
He's going to try it on the last corner.
He's got to run. I don't think he's got enough, to be honest. No. G's going to hold on to this. He's going to take the win. It's going to be only G. It's going to be your winner as they come across the line. Lucy Mashuti, John Boy, Motoring Morgan. It's your top 4. As we wait then for the rest of the pack. We've got a little bit of a gap as we come back to, if we could go back to Disco Stew there. Martin, and we'll see him come across the line. Disco Stew, Shoulders will be 6th, and he's going to come in 7th after that horrendous first thing, and as he goes down in the order, Mel is 7th, Bod's 8th, Andy goes back to 9th, Emo Guy's going to come across the thing in 10th, and Poor old Dan, who's had a shocker as well, is going to be 11th, and that's the way they will finish.
We've got to feel for Laney. Right?
Oh yeah, run out of fuel on the last lap.
He's gonna have a chat with me.
I think to be fair, he's in good company, because I think Nigel Mansell's run out of fuel on the last lap once before.
Where did he end
pushed
up
it across.
then after that?
Yeah,
he
which
ended up last, retired. Oh,
yeah,
bless him.
Yeah,
bless
indeed.
him.
Just to finish off the comments, Jason Plato for Dan from Kurt. How dare you, Kurt? Nothing like him. Not that I'm a big Plato fan either, as you can hear. Dan did an awesome Ricardo move for me in Formula Renault. Yes, he did. Laney run out of fuel. Laney disaster. Nicky, no Laney. Congratulations to the G. Great finish. Yes, indeed. So on your screen now, the final standings. So it was the only G takes that win. I've no idea what that puts him in the championship, but out in front, I'll put you that much. Lutey McShooty came in second with just a 10th and a half behind him. John Boy third, Motoring Morgan fourth, Disco Racing Stew fifth, Shoulders sixth, seventh Melty Dazza, Bods in eighth, Andy in ninth, Emo Guy rounds off your top 10. I think it was down in 11 runners. If you can like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to get involved and have some great racing, Motive, I don't know what it is, .co.uk, motiveracing.com or something like that. One of the two, just Google it, you'll get there. Martin, sum up from you. How have you enjoyed yourself?
First of all, it's been a pleasure working with you tonight.
Thank you.
Kelly. I'm looking forward to doing some more with you on this one. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and really great racing as always. Gutted for Laney, but massive congrats to the G, Luther McShooty and John Boyne, first, second and third. And join the Motive Racing community. Really, you won't be disappointed. And yeah, hit that like button, and all the best. Thanks, mate, and looking forward to speaking to you again in the next commentary box.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Martin, or ex-Mart, as a lot of you guys know. It's been an absolute pleasure. We could talk classic hot hatches and gaming consoles, and I'm sure we will again when we meet up again, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to. Racing all through the week. Tomorrow night, Simplay are doing what are they doing? It's Pro-Am, Simplay. What cars are they driving? I can't think now. Anyway, I'll be back with Matt on Simplay on Thursday night, helping him on the commentary with Simplay tomorrow night. So go and like their channel as well. If you want to get involved here at Motive, motiveracing.com, as it's been put on the feed now. Thank you to all the Motive team. Thank you to Martin for coming and helping me out, because it was much easier to do the feature race than it was the sprint race. From everybody here at Motive, from me, from Martin, and everyone else, have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, and good night.
Cheers. Whew.
Well done, guys.
Thanks, Dan. Are we out?
I'm assuming so. Wait, I'll tell you if we're not. Yeah, you're clear.
You're out.
Cool.
We're out. Yeah.
Thank you. Nicky's calling me. He's probably. I've got to go take my dog.
Hiya, G.
G.
That's good. That was. Thank you.
Dad,
That was
It was.
Dad, can you just end the broadcast a minute? So
how do I do that?
Share. Press the share button.
Yep.
Then go to broadcast gameplay again.
Broadcast settings.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. It's saying on air at the moment. Stop broadcasting.